Pleasant greetings to all my supporters. This is Jah-P Sports Talk. I hope everyone is keeping safe. So, Kishan Thompson, whoa, 9.85 at the Eugene Diamond League. I would say cruising. We saw where he run 9.75 at the National Trials and running a 9.85 here, against a very competitive field. So he won 9.85. Zarnel Hughes finishing second, 9.91. And Trayvon Bramwell 9.94, and Brandon Eaklin, 9.98. Akeem Blake finished fifth in a time of 10.03. Wazaza from South Africa finishing sixth, 10.04. Christian Coleman finishing down the track, seventh. So that was it for the men's 100 meter. And for me, I must say Kishan Thompson, he looked pretty much relaxed. I guess he didn't feel like the field was really a threat to him. So he basically was cruising, and we saw maybe about, you would say 20 meters or so, we saw that he basically shut down because he saw that he was ahead and he didn't think he had to do much more to just win the race. We heard him talk previously about running. They train about he trained about running 70 or 80 meters and shutting up. But not in every case is that is going to work out for you. There are cases where runners are going to be finishing faster, and for you to be shutting down at 70 or 80 meters, and then someone who's coming at full speed, it's gonna hard for you to catch up back speed. So, it may not work in all cases, but I'm happy to see that he's doing well. At the end of the race, we saw where he was kind of holding his leg. We're not sure if it was just a little, slight little strain or something. But we hope that he is well. And we're not sure of the next stop for Kishan Thompson. He tries to keep the public guessing. He never wants to really tell the public where he is going to be at the next race, So in the men's 200 meter, we saw where Let's See Tibogo from Botswana won in a time of 19.76. Well done, Tibogo. These world championships, trust me, I think it's going to be a classic one for Tibogo, and we anticipate to see if he's going to focus slowly on the 200 meter or is just going to be the 1 and 2. Courtney Lindsay finishing second, 9.87. Uganda from Dominican Republic finishing third, 19.94. Brian Level finishing down the track, 20.25, finishing sixth. I guess he was a little bit tired, after the national trials and traveling and everything. So we guess he's a little bit tired. Jeremy Richards finishing fourth from Trinidad and Tobago, 20.23. Everyone is trying to fine tune themselves for the world championships in the next 2 months or so. Aaron Brown from Canada finishing seventh in a time of 20.44. Let me see now. In the men's 400 meter, this one was won by Matthew Hudson Smith, 44.10. Christopher Bailey from USA, 44.15. Jackroy Patterson, 44.31. McRae, 44.45. So Great Britain, Matt Hudson Smith, then 3 USA there. So let me see now. Kieran James finishing down the track, seventh, 44.80. We hope that he continue to use his race to fine tune his farm towards the World Championships. Let me see now. Oh, this is in the in the men's 400 meter hurdles. This one was won by Alison Dos Santos. It seems like there's no one to really beat Dos Santos at the moment. Or am I talking too early? Ray Benjamin, 46.71. Not far from Dos Santos. But I think it's gonna take something special from Benjamin to defeat Dos Santos. We anticipate to see how things unfolds for the next few Diamond Leagues. Ezekiel, Nathaniel, from Nigeria, finishing third, 47.88. And Trevor Bassett from the USA, 48.29. We had a Jamaican in this, Asini Wilson, finishing 749.89. Another Jamaican, Malik James King, finishing 950.21. So we hope that these Jamaicans continue to use this meet to fine tune themselves. A lot of them are trying to run time, the qualifying time for the World Championships, so, and hopefully making a personal best before the season also finishes. In the men's shot put, Rajendra Campbell finishing fifth, 22.04. That one was won by Joe Kovacs, 22.48. And Raja Stain, 22.111. For second, Nigerian Chukumbawa finishing third, 22.10. So I guess it's early outing for Rajendra. So we're just hoping that he continues to use these meets to get himself in order. In the women's 100 meter, Tia Clayton, she finished fourth in a time of 11.02. Melissa Jefferson Wooden, 10.75. Julian Alfred, she was defeated, 10.77. Marie Jose Talo, 10.90. So very interesting. And Favor Ophel, fifth, 11.09. Dina Asher Smith finishing sixth. Tanisha Terry, seventh. Shakari Richardson. Whoa. Shakari Richardson finishing down the field. Yes, Shakari Richardson finishing down the field. In the women's 800 meter, we did not have any Jamaicans in this, but nice to see that Safika Maloney finishing fifth, 1 minute 58.49 seconds. Nice to see that the flag of St. Vincent and the Grenadines there in the top five. I'm checking to see what else. There was another invitational race with Brianna Williams and Alana Reed. Before I reached there, the women's long jump, Akila Smith, she finished in sixth, 6.67.